how do you feel when spice books have pictures of men in the front?
Like IRL men?
Like IRL men.
Oh, it's not really my cup of tea. Like I think about the Twisted Love book cover.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the original one.
Mm-hmm.
And if I saw that out in the street, I wouldn't just pick it up, you know?
Yes.
But he is very handsome. I'll give you that.
But also, who the fuck is that? Because that's not who I was imagining.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
I never imagined the person that they put on the cover.
Me neither.
Because they always pick like someone who does not look like they would speak the way the character does.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anytime I see covers, you're right. I'm like, if I'm out in the wild, I'm not going to go and grab this book.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I don't know, because I think you had told me you don't really like covers like Spanish Love Deception.
I don't.
And I'm kind
like
of
the cartoon vibe
with no face.
With no face, yeah. I think it's scary.
Why?
What do you mean why? She has no face.
I like it though because it's kind of like you can imagine whoever you want.
You don't like it though.
I don't mind it. The ones that I don't really like, I'm trying to think of which ones I don't like. I guess it's like the super detailed drawing ones. But then Kimberly Lemming ones are good too. Oh, damn. I don't know. I guess it has to grip me.
I like the Kimberly Lemming ones.
I really liked
Ow.
we read it and we didn't like the book. Honey Girl?
The cover?
Yeah. I like the book of that one. Or I like the cover of that one. I like the cover of the Mimi Grace's ones. I guess it really depends because I just like Spanish Love Deception. So
maybe you're just biased?
Down, maybe, because I was thinking of the Hating Game too. And I remember saying I didn't like the covers. But I love the Hating Game.
What is
I don't know where I'm going with this. Don't put men as covers. I don't know. Can you imagine being that man grabbing like a Starbucks and it's like, wait, hold on. You look familiar. I would hate that shit.
I think don't they?
I don't know because there was that one that famous TikToker, Kiara Lewis. Is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
She met one of the men that was like in front of a book that she really liked.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine that conversation. Hey, I totally did not picture you the entire time.
She had him say one of the quotes from the book. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's cute if he's down for it.
Okay.
Because it reminds me of the English voice actor for Inuyasha.
Mm-hmm.
And people would always ask him to say things like, I love you, Kagome, or like whatever. It's just stuff like that. And he would be excited and down for it. Well, he seemed excited, actually, no.
That reminds me of, and he's not a good person though, Vince Magana, I think that was his name.
Who's that?
He was a voice actor for Ed in Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone really shipped him with the girl in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And because there was no substance, they would ask him like, how do you feel about her? How do you feel? And then he like totally, with that other voice actress, they hella like role played a scene that was super romantic.
Okay.
Like what it would be like if in the future when everything was over they got married.
That's kind of cute.
He made like a whole like proposal to her. But it's because he was down.
Yeah.
Damn, you know what? Put men as the cover.
I changed my mind.
I never imagine who they put on there.
Me neither. Is that how they described him? Also,
yes. No, actually,
he has
longer
really
hair.
nice eyes.
Yeah, he does. I like his
just
beard.
Get lost in those eyes. Wait a minute. Let me reread this book. So, Cheli.
Yes.
Do you think men in book covers, IRL men in book covers, can fix your life?
If only it includes basketball.
And that's it. Welcome to another episode of the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one sports romance at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli. And today we are going to be talking about Long Shot, a hoops novel by Kennedy Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and dunk on him. Tell me.
I was waiting for you to say some basketball lingo because I know you're a basketball girly.
Touchdown.
That is
just
not.
Imagine, like,
Nope.
It's just completely wrong.
Even I know that's not right.
I feel a certain way that we're talking about this book because you know me, I'm a basketball girly
Okay.
through and through for like a whole month.
So what does that mean? That you're not down?
No, I am down.
You're not down. Oh my God.
I'm down. You don't get it. Well, you tell me how you feel because knowing that I'm a basketball girly, were you like, I gotta support Cheli with this one?
No.
Well, you kind of did.
I didn't even think about you.
All the trigger warnings.
Well, okay. I thought about you when I was reading it because, oh my God, this book.
Wait, hold on. You don't think about me?
I think about you every day, literally.
Okay.
But what I meant to say was I didn't think about the fact that you love basketball.
Okay.
I was shocked by how triggering this book was
Mm-hmm.
because there was no trigger warnings. Is it just me? Or were they lost?
There were a few things. There was no trigger warnings, but also kind of no basketball.
Oh my God.
Don't you kind of feel like that?
Yeah, but maybe that's just how sports romances go. Like they just don't talk about the actual sport, which I don't really mind.
I was waiting.
There were basketball games, though.
like 2 of them.
No.
The big fall, the big fumble,
Nor.
and the big dub. Okay. Going into this book, I was super excited.
You really expected there to be basketball games?
Yes, I wanted the whole game.
I'm gonna be honest.
Play by play.
The little bit that they gave us on basketball, like the fucking drafts and shit, I was like, I don't understand this at all. So maybe I'm the target demographic.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Maybe no. Wait, problem?
Oh.
No, no. I was gonna say maybe I'm the demographic where it's like she's gonna just not talk about the sport.
Meanwhile, me with my fucking sweatband, cross dribbling a ball with my iPad right here.
Okay.
I was just hoping for a little bit. And they gave me crumbs.
Well, you're welcome for that.
Dude, fucking licking the crumbs off the floor. That was not enough for me.
I don't understand what more you wanted. Like, I feel like this book was long enough. It did not need to be any longer.
I felt like it was too short. What are you talking about?
But just to continue my point, so I read this first, and when it got really triggering, I texted you, and I said...
Yes.
Trigger warning, basically.
And you told me a little bit what the trigger warning was. Very, very little.
Did I?
I think so.
I don't remember.
But I do remember not knowing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as it happened, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What am I reading?
It was not in the direction that I thought it was going to go.
Mm-mm. So this...
I kind of thought they were going to be playing from like opposing teams or something. I don't know why. Or just like, I don't know. Like she was... in the opposing team side, which she was, but not in the way that she was.
So our story revolves around 2 people. Around...
Before you begin,
I
want to bring up the prologue.
Oh, okay.
What did you think about the prologue?
That was so dramatic for no reason.
I was so fucking confused because I was like, wait, is this a fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm going to read a quote. As the world goes black, I see stars, a flash of brilliance, a light I should have acknowledged long ago. As the stars dim and the darkness encroaches, I understand I'm like those who stay too long, blindly assuming their survival. I fear that I, like them, will not live to regret it.
And this was about the hurricane that hit Haiti? Oh, no. Hurricane Katrina. Right?
No.
Yes.
Wasn't this like
A natural disaster. It was a hurricane.
Yeah, but then wasn't this like paralleling how she felt after the abuse got really bad? Because I could have sworn...
No, yeah, it is.
Yeah, because I could have sworn they like restated these lines afterwards.
They do, but it's supposed to kind of show like... Yes. No, you're completely right. I'm not even going to continue that. But she comes from New Orleans. She comes from pobreza, like poverty.
Mm-hmm.
And she's over here trying to make a life because she wants to be a sports anchor.
Mm-hmm.
So
She's a sports girl.
She comes from very little. but she knows basketball.
And basketball is
That's
life.
the only move I've been doing. Basketball really is life. So she is at a bar.
Yes.
And
her name is Iris.
Iris is at a bar and
She's watching a basketball game and she's really into it.
And it's a Lakers game, so of course. But
okay. I don't
just
care.
Indulge me. Like,
I don't. I'm sorry.
So she's watching it.
Okay, I'll try. Go ahead.
So she's watching
Can you say that again?
Oh, so she's really into it because I mean it's a Lakers game.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Of course! Of course!
Okay.
All those sports girlies are gonna come for me. I'm sorry.
So then August, our main love interest, who currently plays for a team, sees her and is like, "Whoa, this girl is." I hate this. Is like naturally beautiful.
I hate that too.
Like she has no makeup, but she's gorgeous. She has her hair.
Fucking need any makeup because she's beautiful.
Crazy. I love that. She had curly hair, remember?
Oh,
so
yes.
he described it as like doing its own thing. And
it's
beautiful. You remember?
Yeah, that's really nice, huh? What a nice guy.
So he notices her and goes up to her and is like trying to flirt with her. And she's like, "You don't think I know who you are?" August.
Well, she didn't say it right away.
August!
Because they were talking for a little bit. They were kind of having like a banter. And I think he was into the fact that she like pretended that she didn't know who he was. Or just didn't indulge him in saying his name, right? And they kind of had a banter. And she was like, "Oh, I know basketball. I know."
And
yeah.
he's like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, literally. And then eventually, she was like, "I know who you are. Don't spoke to me."
And so he's like feeling it though, because they have this connection. You know, she's so free. Get you a girl that can trash talk, you know?
Get you a girl that can scream at the TV.
Love that. Love that, bitch, respectfully. So, so he, as basketball players would say, shoots his shot.
Oh, God.
Because he is, by the way, the only basketball thing that's mentioned in this whole fucking thing. He plays for a team and he plays the point guard. So he plays like the most, he's the most important player, basically.
Okay.
What
is the point guard?
Stands in the middle. That's literally all it is.
That's it?
Yeah, stands in the middle and basically everyone else kind of blocks for them and he can pass it to other people, but he's usually the one doing the main part of the game. So your point guard are your strongest ones. But he kind of like I think she mentions it like, yeah, you're point guard, you're fast, but you're like not that fast. It's like whatever. And you have like a pretty good long shot because point guards can also make like 3-pointers. So from far away they can shoot.
Yeah.
So that's his whole thing. He's a point guard. And so he and her are like having this conversation and he gets really close to her. I don't remember what happens. Oh, she is about to pay off her drink and he's about to pay his, but as soon as her tab comes, he picks it up and holds it above his head, and him being 70 feet tall like every basketball player out here, she's so petite, so tiny, 1 foot. Actually no, she's a tall queen.
She's tall, yeah.
So she is trying to reach for it. And then they describe it as like, I can feel her fucking breasts just on my rock hard abs. I fucking love this woman. And so then Iris is like, no, you're not going to pay for my tab. And he's like, no, let me do this for you, babe.
Because I'm so in love with you, babe.
So then they go outside and they're both kind of like not wanting to leave. And that's when he shoots his shot.
They also had like a pretty... a deep for a first meeting conversation, didn't they?
Yeah,
they talked about her mom, didn't they?
And the feeling of not belonging,
and also the fact that he is going to be playing a really important game on the anniversary of his dad's death because he died by a car accident.
Yeah,
and so they just kind of connected this way. And she revealed to August that she didn't want to be like her mom because her mom relies on men to mantenerla. What is that?
To maintain her,
to take care of her, basically. And she was like, that's why she wants to work so hard, because she doesn't want to rely on a man. And
I don't blame her.
No, for real.
Queen.
And yeah, he's just like smitten by her right away. And also because she's just so naturally beautiful.
Yeah, so natural. Curly hair and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're outside and he grabs her face and is about to kiss her. And she's like, wait,
Whoa.
hold
Slow
on.
down.
Hold on, Mr. Point Guard. I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So
So
I didn't want to give you the wrong impression in there, but I have a boyfriend. And he like backs up and is like, oh.
I remember that she apologized because she was like, I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want you to think that I thought you were hitting on me. And he was like, no, I was hitting on you.
You know what part I liked where August, because it's in his perspective, and he thinks to himself, like, don't say it. And then he says, like, but is it like serious though?
I know. He couldn't help himself.
I know. I actually really like August.
Yeah.
I thought he was a really neat character because of how much he loved Iris.
From the beginning.
It
was really cute.
Oh, gosh.
And I really felt for Iris because you can tell. I don't remember exactly what happens immediately after this. Well, she's trying to get a job. I remember that.
Yeah.
But her and her boyfriend, Caleb, which is August's rival.
Yeah, from the opposing team.
Yeah. And she's not feeling him. She's not feeling Caleb. And she hasn't been feeling him for a while. And anytime she's like kind of like trying to bring it up, he's like, I can't wait to marry you, babe. It's going to be me and you forever.
And he seems, when they first bring him up, like, it's not that he's like the greatest person, but he seems okay because the way they talk about him is like he's the golden boy. Everyone knows him as the golden boy.
Yeah, everybody loves him.
And when you first see him, he's very like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. But then you see what she's wearing because Iris goes to his game in a crop top, basically like a tube top, a really, really short skirt, straightened hair, and she brings it up straightened hair because that's what Caleb likes. And like a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of like,
yeah, so she's doing a lot of things to appease him pretty much.
Yep.
And so she's trying to interview for what kind of job was it?
News anchor or sports anchor.
Wasn't it a journalist?
I think she wanted to be the one on screen though.
Right, but the position that she applied for, I could have sworn it was like, what is it? Sports marketing?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
And she finds out that if she were to get this job, she would have to move away.
And I think later in this story, not too much later, but August does tell her, like, if you found something you like, because okay, let me work up to that. So she figures that out, that she's gonna have to move if she wants that job.
But also, if Caleb gets drafted, he doesn't know where he's gonna end up. And he's like, babe, we have to get married so that you can come with me no matter where I go. And she's just like, no, like, I want to work. And he's kind of offended by that. He's like, why would you want to work if I can take care of you, babe?
But he keeps letting it go and just dropping it. Like, they never really resolve any issues.
They don't. But I think it's funny how she's so like, well, if you need to move away, I'm fine with that. Actually, you know what? It's great if you need to move away.
But so during the game, when Caleb and August's team are playing against each other, August looks over to Caleb's side and sees Iris, I think, kissing Caleb. And he's like, oh my fucking God, it had to be fucking Caleb. The guy I grew up with, went to high school with. We have always been rivals. The only, like, I don't care about anything else that he has. Really, like, the best girl in the world. And he even notices, like, she looks really, really different. But man, I love that natural girl I saw at the bar though.
That's not her though, but yeah. Still love her though.
So he starts thinking back to, like, wait, but she needs her job. Like, she said she was gonna get a job. And so when they see each other, I think they crash into each other in the hall. He tells her, like, I hope you make a decision for your future for you and not because your boyfriend is telling you something.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's kind of weird to say. You know I would make a decision for me.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember if Caleb runs into them at this point.
No.
I think.
Oh, yeah, he does because he, like, makes out with her or something. He, like, grabs her. And he's like, typical August, always wants everything I want or have.
I hate that shit.
Me too. It's
Whatever.
like...
Whatever. At least I have The Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. Oh, I do want to mention though, there was a point somewhere at around these chapters where Iris brings up like, you look really good with long hair, August. So he's been growing his hair. I just want to mention that. I think that's really cute.
It is cute.
So
it's funny. It's funny how like he took that to heart.
Yeah.
She could have said anything.
I really like your shoes, and he just never throws them away. I've had these shoes for years. So Caleb does end up getting drafted, and because of that, he is gonna have to move away. And Iris had just had her interview, and she was so nervous. I think she threw up on the person that interviewed her.
She threw up at the end of the interview, yeah.
But she left such a good impression that she was hired. And she ended up saying no.
Yeah.
Because not only did the draft happen, but she ended up being pregnant.
Yeah. Which she found out immediately after the whole like throwing up situation. Which is so sad because she has a conversation with her cousin, Lotus.
Mm-hmm. Lotus.
And she's just like, I don't understand how this happened. We're always super careful. Mm-hmm. And Lotus is like, are you sure? Are you positive?
Yeah.
Because Lotus and Iris come from like a spiritual family. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, there's something about Caleb that I just feel darkness energy. Yeah. And this kind of offends Iris a little bit because she's just like, what are you talking about? Like, no, there's nothing wrong there, you know? Mm-hmm. And Iris even has this ring that was passed down to her by her grandmother. And it's supposed to like protect her, basically. And she's just like, no, everything's fine. But then when it's just Iris and Caleb's like super like over the moon, like so happy that they're going to have a child together. And she's just like, Caleb, how did this happen? Like, we were so careful. Yeah. And the way that it was kind of just like, oh, I don't know. Not sure. I knew right away. I was like, something's up here.
He was gross.
Yeah, he's
because you could tell by the way she talked about it. She didn't want to have a baby.
No, she wanted to make her career 1st and then think about kids.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember when the first shoe dropped.
I think the abuse started pretty early on after she found out she was pregnant. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of gradual, wasn't it? So at first he was just overly possessive, overly controlling. There was a moment when she thought she was going to lose her baby. And the doctor told her like, oh no, you need to be bedridden. Like you can't get out of the bed because, you need to be extra careful. Yep. And Caleb was like, she will not move from this bed. Don't worry. I'll make sure of it.
But do you remember that part? It's like, and that also means no sex. And he was like devastated.
Yeah. He was like, oh, wait, what?
Wait, are you sure?
Are you sure? Let's double check.
God.
But it was really sad because she was willing to still work even if she was pregnant. But it didn't ended up happening. So from what I remember, I think, she gives birth to Sarai?
Yes.
And she was battling like depression, like postpartum depression. And it was to the point where her therapist was like, you know what? Maybe you just need to write down your emotions, your feelings, talk about how you're feeling. Mm-hmm. And so she had a journal and she would put her raw emotions in this journal, which were kind of a lot for someone who wouldn't understand what she's going through.
Yeah.
Because she would say things like, oh, I sometimes picture like doing certain things to the baby, right?
Yes.
So it was like dark stuff. And I think after she finally went to a game, one of Caleb's games, that was the first time she saw August again. Mm-hmm. And he was like so smitten again. He was like, damn, that's going to be my woman one day. And she sees him and they kind of share like this like longing look because they both just like have this vibe, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that it was after that day when Caleb fucking just snapped.
Because Caleb saw it. Like he was standing on the other side. And when she should have been looking at Caleb, she was looking at August and he was looking right back.
Yeah. And and then he hurt August too. He like broke his leg somehow.
So
I didn't really get that part.
What ended up happening, from what I understood, is that because you can hold people because you can hold people back in basketball, but I think he like physically shoved him.
Mhm.
And because he was already moving forward, he stepped wrong on his leg and his entire bone just popped out.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Ew.
It scares me. If I were to ever get hurt and someone told me not to look, I'd be like, hell no. Oh my gosh, I'm like broken. That's so scary.
I feel like I would go into shock
Mm-hmm.
from the pain. But so actually, before this, he had already been holding her too rough. I don't remember the exact first moment, but he was kind of like pushing his boundaries.
Yep.
And she had told him, if you ever do that again, I'm leaving you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So after this game, he sees that Iris and August are looking at each other like lovingly, and he just goes off on her. He hits her and abuses her, and she's just like in so much shock because I think I don't want to belittle it. I don't want to be like he just punched her, but he like did like one thing that didn't leave a mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, it was on her lip.
Yeah.
Because she felt like her lip like getting swollen, and she was like, no, fuck this. So she grabs Sarai.
Yep. And grabs the keys.
And fucking is like leaving, and Caleb's kind of just watching her like, okay, well, just know
See ya.
you're gonna come right back.
And
Just know.
he like completely like locks all of her credit cards.
Yeah.
Put that car that she was driving as missing because he bought that car.
He put everything as stolen.
Yeah.
Because I remember when she was trying to get a hotel, and the guy was like, yeah, your card was declined.
Mm-hmm. And it sucks because when the police finally stop her, Caleb is there, and Caleb's like, oh, my sick wife, she didn't take her meds.
Yeah, she's always like this. And because she's obviously yelling at him like, what the fuck did you just do?
And then the fucking police that are like, you're Caleb, good game.
Yeah. And again, he didn't leave a mark on her.
Yeah.
So even though she's trying to be like, no, he hit me, he hurt me, he punched me, the police officers are looking at her and they're just like, they're not believing her. They're just like, nah, she's fine. And so they're just like, oh my God, can I get your autograph? Can I get your autograph, please? I'm a huge fan. And after this, like, she basically realized that she was going to be in fucking hell with Caleb, because he basically made it known, like, girl, you're not going anywhere. Because everything that she owned was under his name. So the cards, the credit cards, the house, the cars, everything. Yeah. And so she was basically stuck.
And she was humiliated. Like, it was horrible. But I don't remember if it was this point or like some point later, but just her entire marriage with this guy now. Mm-hmm. Well, are they even married?
They're not married, but he forces her to wear a ring, or he was trying to force her to wear the ring, right? And don't you remember that he stole her grandmother's ring and it was replaced by the engagement ring?
And then when she asked about it, he was like, I lost it. I lost it.
Yeah, I don't have that ring. What are you talking about? What ring? Mm-hmm. And then also he took her journal, and so he threatened her and was like, if you ever try to leave me, I'm gonna release this journal, and you're never gonna see Sarai again, because they're gonna think you're just unhinged.
Disgusting man.
I know. I can't fucking stand Caleb. He was literally the worst. And then just the abuse was so graphic. Mm-hmm. I couldn't even read all of it. Honestly,
there was one, I'm not going to explain it, but the one with the gun.
That was the first one.
That was horrible.
Yeah. It was so fucking sad.
And she was basically hurt, like, horribly, to the point where, like, she probably could have died.
Yeah.
But she had a friend who was a doctor who, or he was like a medical doctor or a sports doctor, wasn't he?
Who?
The friend that would heal her up.
It was his cousin. Remember, it was his cousin?
Oh, you're right.
So,
but she had like a friendship with this guy. And this guy...
Not in the beginning. No, not really. They were not friends. Don't you remember that she was like... I think his name was Henry. I could be wrong. Where she was like, he's gonna kill me one day, and you're not doing anything about it.
And he's just like...
And he's like, oh, sorry.
Well, I'm helping you right now.
Well, this cousin was his cousin, Caleb's cousin. Mm-hmm. And he was blackmailing him. We don't know that right from the beginning, but we figure it out. And he was going to medical school. Mm-hmm. And so anytime Caleb would push it too far, she would wake up and the cousin would be there, like with fucking ibuprofen and just ice and shit. Like, honestly, like, Like, how much can he even do, really, when you're not in a hospital? And also, he's in school still.
Yep. I always felt so like it was so hard to read Iris's parts, and then you would go to August, who was just like, I miss Iris.
Yeah.
And
like him having no idea.
No, and it like is so sad because he genuinely cared about her. But then when he would see her, he would just be like, oh, that's my girl. You know? Do you remember that part, the first time they see each other after she gave birth? It was when she was going through postpartum and she was breastfeeding. Oh my gosh. I thought it was funny how like she was breastfeeding and of course like her boobs are out, but she has like a blanket and it falls and they both look at each other as he's looking at her boobs and he's like, be calm. Like, don't let it get to you.
Like, calm down.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's so good. And so it made me so sad seeing just gonna like face you now. I'm gonna sit right there. It made me so sad seeing Iris go through all of this when August was so clearly like perfect for her. Yeah. But it does show like it's hard to get out of situations like that. And she had Sarai, who was just so, it was like impossible to escape Caleb because even if she did manage to escape him, they still have a child together.
Yeah, so she's gonna be stuck with him forever, basically.
I kind of want to skip forward a little bit because this is a long book.
Yeah, we can skip forward.
But it comes to a point where August has like a conversation with Iris that kind of gives her a lot of power with like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this shit.
But she did deal with it for a while.
She did. But there was like a turning point where she ends up getting a lamp and hitting Caleb back. And she tells him like, I don't remember how the conversation goes, but basically like, you're not going to get away with this shit and you're never going to see my daughter again. Yeah. And she is going to report it. But then Caleb's dad comes and is like, okay, what do you want in order for you to not report it? And she was like, I never want him to see my daughter again.
Well, no. Caleb left. Caleb was gone. He was. You're right. He left the town. He left the city, the country, maybe. And because he was going to like a game or something,
and cheating on her, by the way, the whole time.
Yeah, literally. But before he left, he caught August and Iris together. Don't you remember? They were like in the supply closet, and he like made her orgasm.
Yes. Oh my god, I totally forgot.
He like went down on her and everything.
Also, before that scene, really cute scene. August's hair was really long.
Yeah.
And then when she was like, oh my gosh, it looks so good on you. Why'd you grow it? It's like, because you told me the first time we met.
So, babe, I love you.
Wait, love?
Oh, sorry. But.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
So they saw each other because they were doing like this charity thing. Anyway, go read the book.
Yeah.
Trigger warning though. And so they messed around in the supply closet. Caleb fucking showed up because he had appointed a bodyguard for her. And so this bodyguard always reported back to him. And so after she had messed around with August, Caleb was like, fuck you. And he literally beat her really, really badly to the point where she was like, she blacked out.
But also, I love the part because that happened and she was like, I can't deal with this shit anymore. Because he didn't know that August did anything to her, but he assumed it. But then when he started to walk away, she was like, oh, by the way, Caleb, best orgasm I've ever had.
Wasn't it during? Like, they were... Because I remember she blacked out at the end of that conversation. Because when she
was hit again.
Yeah, she was hit again. So when she woke up, that's when she saw Henry, I think is his name. It's probably not his name, but whatever. The cousin. And
Alex?
Maybe. It might be Alex. The cousin was just like, the doctor cousin. Well, pre-med cousin. He was like, here's your ibuprofen, girl. And was so over it. Her face was so bruised, bloodied. Like her ribs were probably broken. Like, you know, like there was just so much that was heartbreaking on like what she looked like. And he couldn't even really look at her, but she was like, he's gonna kill me. And I'm not asking you to save me or do anything. I'm just asking you to let me go. And he's just like, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Mhm.
And she's like, well, let me at least do one thing. And she texted Lotus, her cousin,
Yeah.
and she said hopscotch because that was like a saying between them when things like went wrong, you know? And so Lotus shows up and she's just like, what the fuck happened?
Yep.
And that's how she escapes because the guy that was her bodyguard, I forgot his name,
Mhm.
he was like trying to stop her, but she told him, I will lie to the police and say that you also partaked in
Yep.
what was going on with her. And he was just like, ugh. Even though he was paid handsomely, he was just like, okay, fuck.
God, that guy was not redeemable at all.
Not at all.
Just a fucking yes man.
Yeah. And so basically the next scene is basically her in a meeting with Caleb's dad, and a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, what can we do so that you don't go out with this information? Because it could ruin Caleb's life.
Yep.
And she was like, I never want to see Caleb, but I also don't want him to come near me or Sarai or anything. And yeah, and if he does, then if he tries to take my daughter from me, then I will ruin your career pretty much. Because it was basically like a whole folder of like evidence of like her current injuries and injuries that never fully healed.
Yep. So while she is doing this, she also says, I'm going to leave and you're not going to find me. Like, you can't look for me. You can't do anything. We're probably never going to see each other again.
Yeah.
And she decides to move back to New Orleans and live with her grandma, I believe. So it's so
Why did I
sad.
think it was Louisiana?
It might be. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's so sad because there's so much shit going on. And I feel like August is left in the dark.
Yeah.
The
With
whole
what happened.
book.
Mm-hmm.
So he's over here like, I just gave her an orgasm. We had such a really nice time and she's gone.
Her husband saw it. I mean, her fiance saw it and then she's gone.
Yeah. So he has no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to her, when she's in, I think it is New Orleans, she is with her grandma and her grandma realizes that she has like this fear of men and this fear of relationships.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you have to gain it back. You have to know that in a relationship, your body belongs to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give yourself to someone, you're giving them something that belongs to you. Like, you're sharing it basically.
Yeah.
And so she like tells her, in order to gain back your, what word? It starts with an S. In order to gain back basically like this part of you, this, she like recommended she sleep naked.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that? And then
Vaguely.
it was like a point. Basically the point that she was trying to make is like, you own you.
Mm-hmm.
So you do whatever the fuck you want because it's your body.
Didn't she do like a whole like cleansing ritual?
I think so.
Because I remember that she was doing this ritual and then it made her cry.
Mm.
Right?
I think so.
Something like that.
But it sucked because at the very end of this, the daughter Sarai is just like, oh, grandma's sleeping.
It was in the morning.
Yep.
Because in the morning, Sarai showed up. It's like, grandma's sleeping. And she was like, no, she's not sleeping.
So then we go back to wherever this setting is, where August is.
Mm-hmm.
And he apparently is related to the person who interviewed Iris for the news marketing position.
Yeah.
That's his brother. And
Jared?
Yep. And the company that he owns, they co-own.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's Jared who brings it up. Like, you still think about her? You still think about Iris? And he's like, every fucking damn day.
Every day, every night, every second.
This is my scrapbook. We never took photos together, but I did draw them all.
It's all stick figures.
So he thinks about her, and then I think she comes in and gets a low-level position at the job. And it's funny because August feels so betrayed. He's like, this is the love of my life. I've met her a total of 6 times. And you give her a minimum wage?
Well, Jared tells
she should
him.
be CEO.
Jared tells him, like, oh, by the way, Iris called to get in, like, in regards to the job, pretty much. And it was so funny because wasn't he gonna leave to like a whole different state, Texas? No,
Yeah, he was gonna $14 million, I think.
yeah, like some sort of deal, and he was gonna take it. But then as soon as Jared was like, "Oh, by the way, Iris is coming to work for me,"
Oh wait,
he's like,
hold on,
14 million.
fuck Texas. And then just fucking, I didn't even want. I hate basketball.
Yeah. So he's just like, "No, I'm staying in San Diego then."
It's so funny too because he knows about Iris's daughter. He knows her situation, kind of. And then he's like, Jared, I can't believe after these years that you've been running our company, no daycare? Oh, right there, where Jared's office is.
I know. Well, yeah, he did do that for her. And then also,
it's later. I know which one you're thinking of. That one's later. The different change.
I feel like the daycare was later too, though.
No, the daycare was early on because that was the reason she took it. She was like, I can't believe this place offers in work daycare. I feel like that guy's custodial. It was like, no.
And it was.
I know. No, he got promoted recently. Right now.
But yeah, Iris is back.
Iris is back, and August and her, I don't remember if they hit it off again.
He tries to ask her out, but doesn't she get kind of defensive because she's like, wait, are you the reason why there's a daycare in this place?
Yep.
And he's like, maybe a little bit.
I'm not gonna deny it. But maybe. Yeah, what can I say? It's a long shot.
And then also the fact that her rent isn't that bad. She's like, did you do that too? And he's like, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So she's kind of offended by it because she doesn't want another man to like be overly controlling or controlling at all. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, no, I'm just trying to help you out. Help you and Sarai out a little bit.
I love that little girl.
Yeah.
So they do eventually start dating, but it's super slow. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because she's the one who's like, let's take it slow. Mm-hmm. And then, like, as soon as they start off slow, she's like, fuck, why did I say that?
That was a joke.
We've been doing it slow. Like, yeah. So I think it's at his game because he has completely rehabilitated after hurting his leg. Mm-hmm. And he's going to play again. And then this first game that he's going to play, he's playing against Caleb.
Yeah.
I think. So then
God, what are the odds?
Going to August's game.
I just think it's so funny the amount of times that we move in this bed.
I'm sorry. It's because I'm facing you because I get into it. So going to August's game. Thank you. I can't say it. Iris is there and she's wearing his jersey, dressed in like jeans, curly hair, no makeup because we love a natural queen.
We love the natural.
Can I just say I fucking hate that shit? I don't know.
Me too. I don't know if it's obvious, but I don't find that attractive.
No, that's weird.
I'm like, bitch, you're supposed to love me with or without makeup on.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember that guy he was like a Twitch streamer and he was watching a girl take off her makeup and she looked like completely different.
Like shocking.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then he like started singing. He was like, you look good, natural. And then people were like, why the fuck did he sing? Like,
that is so cringy.
I know, but whatever. Natural beauty.
He thought he did something.
So, okay, I'm moving with you.
Once you're out of the fucking frame.
When they're at this game, August like literally does not hide that Iris is with him. It's like, my babe, she's right there. Look at her, natural queen.
Like he's super happy.
And Caleb sees it, and Caleb, I think he has a moment where he talks to her. I might be mixing. It's probably way later because I know that they go to 2 of August's game. Iris is sitting with August's mom, and Caleb comes up, and Caleb's like, "Any room for Caleb? Any room for Caleb?" And then the mom is like, "Is he gonna be a problem?" And it's like, "No, he's not a problem." It's like, okay, just to let you know, because like my son like loves you.
Yeah,
like he's been talking about you even before we even knew you existed.
Yeah,
so. Just want to let you know that. And she's just like, oh, trust me, Caleb's going to be no issue.
And also, August has no idea what happened between Iris and Caleb. Mm-hmm. He just knows that it was not great, but she doesn't really give an indication on what happened besides the fact that she can't talk about it.
And it sucks because she even tells him, like, I signed an NDA. I can't tell you. And then he keeps going like, but I need to know. And then there's a point where he's just like, you know what? It's going to bug me, but just know that whatever you went through, like, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember if it was in this game or the next game or if it happened way before. But there's a part where Caleb goes up to August and Caleb is just like, oh, did you have anal with her? I bet you didn't. And it's just like, ew.
So fucking cringe.
Shut the fuck up, Caleb. And then
so fucking cringy.
Yeah, and then when they're walking away, I think they meet Caleb in the hall and Caleb grabs Iris's wrist, doesn't he? And August is just like, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
I'll fuck you up. I'm basically a cyborg. I'll fuck you up. So then they go home, and it's a few days later where August gets a call when he's like at an away game, so he's not in the town, and the call is basically like there were a lot of photos that were dropped off, and it's all of Iris and
the report that she was going to make, pretty much.
Yeah.
Of that night when she left Caleb.
And August was so just
sad.
Yeah. And he even told his coach, because his coach was like, no, you need to calm down. You need to. And it's like, no, if it were your wife, if it was anyone that you loved going through this, would you be calm? And so August calls Iris and is like, you need to go. You need to. Like, it's going to get crazy right now. And so she goes back to New Orleans and she's expecting to be there alone, but he's like, okay, I'm on my way. It's like, but you have an away game. He's like, yeah, but you need me. Like,
but he's flying to her, right? Yeah.
Flying and then driving. So then she goes to New Orleans with Sarai. And when she's there, she's just like confused because there's a car there. Isn't there? I think the car is there before. Oh, no. She's there and she hears someone knocking and she thinks it's August. But when she opens the door, Sarai says daddy.
Yeah, which is fucking ominous as fuck. I was like, damn. But I fucking knew. That's the comment that I wanted to make. So when the grandma passed away, Iris's mom showed up. And Caleb had revealed to Iris that he would pay her mom off so that he always knew where she was or something. I don't remember. Like, he would just pay her off, right?
Yep.
And so when the funeral was happening, she did tell her mom, you better not tell Caleb about this place. So I kind of knew that he was going to fucking show up in this house because this was like her sanctuary.
Yep.
And so, yeah, he was there. And why was he there?
Because he was going to unalive Iris. I think in his mind he was like, I just want her back.
Yeah.
But he was gonna unalive her.
Yeah.
And so I think Iris pushes Sarai into a room and locks her
in there, yeah.
And then just keeps going like, we're just having a talk.
Yeah.
But they're like wrestling a gun, basically. And
it's so fucking crazy.
It is. And so while this is happening, August is on his way and it's like pouring rain, so it's taking him a while to get there. And when he shows up, he sees Caleb on top of Iris and then hears a gunshot and sees blood but doesn't know where it's coming from. So here's the part I wanted to talk about with you.
What?
The part where you figure out Caleb was shot. He rolls over and he's just on the floor.
Oh God, I know where this is going.
And so then August here, about to call 911, about to like check the situation. Iris is like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm not gonna continue living if this guy's alive.
Yeah.
So is he dead? And it's like, no,
he wasn't dead.
He's still kicking. Like,
he's still
what about now?
He's breathing.
Oh,
Every 5 seconds, she's like, what about now?
What about, wait, hold on. Anything? And so, like, they waited for him to die before they called. How do you feel?
I kind of get it.
That's crazy.
I kind of get it, but this whole scene, I mean, I don't know how to say this. I mean, yes, it was crazy. This whole book was crazy. But this whole scene, like, I don't know, I was just kind of shocked the entire time. And so when she shot him, I was like, okay, good on her, yay. And then he was bleeding out and not dead. I was like, oh my God, this bitch is just gonna keep on coming back. And so I don't know, I kind of get her. I mean, he like was fucked up.
And I get what she did was self-defense, but just it felt very eerie.
Yeah.
That it was like, is he dead yet? Is he dead yet?
Scary. It's kind of scary.
Isn't this basketball?
Isn't this about basketball?
Fucking, he's on the floor. August is just practicing his dribbles. That's fucking crazy.
It's really scary.
Yeah, it is scary. And Sarai's in the other room.
She doesn't know.
No way. No way. That is a long shot. She would know.
Why do you always repeat the title? How do you feel about it, though?
I hated it.
Oh.
I hated that part so much.
What did you want to happen?
I don't know, because it's, it's an actual situation that can happen to people.
Yeah.
And I feel like having lived what she lived and basically having reached the point of death multiple times just to be brought back, I kind of get where she's coming from. But it's just crazy to me that she had to physically say that. Like, is he dead yet?
Yeah. Seriously. I think that just goes to show how much shit he put her through.
So, the story continues because she has so much trauma. And now that August knows, he's very like, I just want anything that's right by her. So he is super, super considerate with her, like super slow in their relationship. Even though she wants to speed it up, he's still very like, only if you want to, only if you're ready. There's one point where he visits her house and sees a bunch of her bills. And so the next day she gets like a fucking pay raise of $40 an hour, like 40 more. Just throw it in there.
Yeah.
And it's funny because she didn't want that shit. They had a fight about that I don't want to get paid more just because you said I need to get paid more.
Yeah.
But he was like, but I gave it to everyone.
Yeah, so everybody got a raise. That's crazy.
How do you feel about that though? He's so sweet.
Wish that were me.
He's so sweet. And I get where she's coming from. Like, I don't need a man's help. But she also had so much trauma. Like, he had said to her, like, I know what you've been through, but if I buy you a car, that's your car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to take something from you.
Yeah. I fucking love that shit.
I
loved it so fucking much. Like, I love that he was so considerate of her. And I, like you said, I understand why she would be apprehensive.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's nice that she has someone who wants to take care of her without expecting anything in return.
So, they spend a good time. Like, they basically, their relationship is a process. So our epilogue is basically them having been together for a really long time. And she kind of jokes with him, like, you've asked me out, like, or you've asked me to marry you like 4 times. And he was like, yeah, and you keep saying no, but I'm feeling a yes. I'm feeling it soon.
This time.
But he doesn't ask her at that point. And then she's like, oh, but I told you I'd meet you at the 4s, meet you at the whatever it is. That's basketball lingo. I don't know that one.
Which is saying something.
Meet you at the 5s, I think. I don't know. But he's just like, okay, yeah, I remember that. He's like, yeah, I remember. Said you put a ring on this finger. And it's like, yeah. Remember what you were going to ask me? And he's like, what are you getting at? And then she's like, take the shot by Kennedy Ryan.
It's called Long Shot.
Oh, shit. The end.
Wow.
Dude.
Oh my God, are you kicking your feet?
Yes. I love August.
Yeah. What about Iris?
I love her too. It's just, I just really, really cared that he cared. But I will say reading Iris's parts just would make me so sad.
Same. I was just depressed.
Yeah. So anytime I read her parts, I really needed like a moment.
Yeah, I had to take breaks during this one.
How did you feel about the book overall, though?
I really enjoyed it. I was shocked that I really enjoyed it because it was so triggering that there were moments where I was like, oh my God, if I don't enjoy this book, should we just DNF it? Because it was just so much at some
It
points.
was long, too.
And, and it was really long. But I don't know. Like, I got really invested in the story and I was really rooting for both Iris and August. So when they had their moments together, especially that moment in the closet, I was like, damn, this fucking hits.
Eating the crumbs.
Seriously. It's kind of crazy that the couple don't really get together until like, what, 70% into the book? That's crazy.
But they've always loved each other.
Yeah, that's true.
I really like how anytime they talked about his basketball career, they always like said lingo like, you're so good. You're always shooting your shots against all odds. And he's like, what can I say? Runs in my blood. It runs in my blood. And in the front of the book, it says, she's a gorgeous risk, but I like my odds. It's like, ew. I wish it would have, I don't know. It did have basketball in it, but I wanted to be in the game. I wanted to be point guard.
Don't want to be in the game.
I wanted to dribble. I wanted to give my layup. That's all I know.
I was like, what else?
I wanted to penalty. I don't know. But I don't know. I gave this a 4 out of 5. It could have been a 5 out of 5 had it not been for the comment she made when Caleb passed.
The comment?
The comment with the "Is he dead yet?" Because that really scared me.
Oh yeah? It scared you that much?
I did not like that.
Oh. I would probably give it a 4 out of 4.
Oh wow!
Hello, whoa.
Which is a 5 out of 5.
You can tell I'm tired. Sorry, I would probably give it a 4 out of 5 also. But I don't know. I just feel like I really enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it's like book of the year. You know, I wouldn't say that. That's crazy.
But you know what I love and makes me want to read the next one.
What?
The friend, is his name Rufus?
Who the fuck is Rufus?
It's the friend who's gonna most likely be the second book with Lotus.
Jared was.
Is he the second book? Because
Jared was the second book.
Because Rufus.
Who's Rufus? Oh,
it's his teammate, and the one that when he sees Lotus, he's like, "Who's that?" I fucking loved him though, because it would be funny how he would just be like, "Hey August, how's your girl Iris?" Weird question, but like, how's her cousin? Just like, how's her cousin? And it's like, oh, Lotus is doing fine because you wanted to know. I wasn't asking. Why do you think I was asking?
That part was really funny, but wasn't he like? Didn't they make a comment about him that he was like a player?
Yes.
That was just like a common thing for him.
Yes, but I feel like he's the next one. You got to check for me. Is he the next one?
Okay,
it's Hoops 2. The hoopening.
The hoopening. Okay, so the next one is called Block Shot. It's Jared Foster.
Back the point.
Let me check the.
Wait, what does he look like though? What does he look like?
Hold on.
I need to look at it.
Uh-oh.
Was I right?
The third one is Hook Shot.
The guy in Block Shot, I will say, I don't think he's that attractive.
Let me see. You don't think he's attractive?
Do you?
He's okay. What about Hook Shot?
I don't like the way he looks at me. Wait, who's that?
Hook Shot.
What does it say?
Play for keeps.
What does that mean?
So this one is about Lotus. It's Lotus and
Keenan was his name.
Keenan?
Keenan was his name.
Okay, so there you go.
I just kind of, I'm going to be honest. These men just look like stock images.
They are stock images, I think.
That is not Jared.
That's Jared.
That's not Jared. That's not Jared.
I can confirm that's Jared.
I saw you first. I had you first. I want you back.
Wait,
hold on.
Who's the girl?
Someone he had first.
Who?
I guess he had her first quarter. Now he wants her back for last quarter.
Oh my god.
basketball words.
Oh, I was gonna say that I really
Double dribble.
Shut up. One of the things I really loved about August, one of the many things I loved about
Yes.
August, was how he was always so like, I'm not gonna pick my job over you. I'm gonna pick you first. And that's why when she found out about the whole like Texas thing,
Yeah.
she was so shocked that he preferred to stay and not take the $14 million deal. And he was like, it's fine. You know, I would do it again if I had to. It's always going to be you, girl.
It's always going to be. Hold on. Just want to call. Fuck Texas.
Yeah.
That's I'm sorry. That's how much I care. That's how much I care, girl.
Yeah. I really like them together. I thought they were really, really cute. And
damn, I kind of want to keep going.
What do you mean?
Like with hoops. I want to read the other hoops.
The other one. The hoopening.
The hoopening.
And the hoops strike
and then
back.
Yeah, the hoops straight back. And then the last one, the final hoops. So the final dribble.
Oh, that would be good.
Hoops 1, long shot. Hoops 2, double dribble. Hoops 3, the hoopening. Right?
When does it strike back?
The whole thing strikes back. Thank you, Kennedy Ryan.
Thank you, Kennedy Ryan.
Which P.O. box is...
Which other book did Kennedy Ryan write that we read? Was it the
We didn't read another one.
His? No? Oh, you know what? I wanted to read this one. On my own though, not with you. before I let go. I was gonna read that one. That's why the name is familiar. So anything else you want to say?
Oh my god, there's hoops novellas. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, we're gonna be here all night just talking about hoops.
Hoops. Oh my gosh. So my birthday's coming up, so I'm expecting all of hoops.
Your birthday probably passed by the time this goes up.
Dare you. Happy birthday to both of us, because our birthdays probably passed.
I think both of our birthdays passed already.
Somewhere in between these episodes, Yajaira and I are going to be the same age, by the way.
Oh my god, how do you feel?
Like an equal.
Oh my god.
Finally,
because
like
I'm so above you. Huh? I just demand
everything.
I just require so much respect.
It's okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, I looked in your eyes.
Stop. That's funny.
But yeah, overall 4 out of 5, and you 4 out of 4.
4 out of 5. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Thank you to everyone who is listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on. Thank you so much. If you can leave a review, or if you can leave a rating of 5 stars, because that helps a lot, and a review recommending our next read, preferably more basketball.
Or another
Actually,
sport.
just send us highlight reels of the current basketball games, and I think we're good. Thank you. If you want to support us and you have a little bit of money, what can they do?
We do have a Patreon, and at the moment, our Patreon really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really, really enjoy our content. I mean, we do post twice a week. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of books. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, you can find us on Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix, or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you would like to support us, or if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to support us on social media, we do currently have an Instagram and a Threads at the Bookfix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD. At TikTok at the Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX, and at Goodreads, the Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX.
Honestly, if not anything else, follow us on Goodreads, because we're really, really hoping to get at least 3 followers.
Honestly, with Yajaira and I there, it's really been popping off. So
we're trying, kind of.
Let's go ahead and read some ratings for this book.
What do you want?
I'll read a negative.
Okay.
I think it's funny. It's not on here, but I think it's funny when we read reviews and we see Eamon, because I'm just like, man, she's everywhere.
I can love Eamon. This rating comes from Larissa. They gave it 5 out of 5, and they wrote, I don't think I have enough words to describe this book, so let me just try my best. I'm truly baffled, speechless. Dare I say it? dazzled. I don't know what I mean by this, but you get me. Iris Dupree, that's it. One of the strongest and best fictional women I've ever read. She represents so many, and she deserves everything pure on this earth. Kennedy Ryan never disappoints me. I trust her with my life. Block shot, I'm coming for you. Oh, and August, I'd play you at the 5. This is a quote. Tonight, her hard-won glimmer lights up the sky.
What does play you at the 5
End
mean?
quote. Play you at the 5. You know.
Okay, I'm going to guess.
You know what that means.
I'm going to guess that means
Middle? The middle.
I think so, because you're in the
no?
You're the point guard.
Thank you.
I think you're right. Whoa, I guess
I'm just a basketball stan this whole time.
I knew it. Oh, you want to take my job?
Yes. I've been trying to.
What does it mean, though?
I think it means, I don't
know. It means when you've won. You've won 4 games but lost 1. I'd play you at the 5 if you were mine. You'd be at the center of my life. Still doesn't make any sense.
I think it's just the middle. That's just what I'm going to guess.
Wait, hold on. I figured it out. It means I'm not going to figure this out. Just means basketball. That's what it means. Okay, let me go ahead and read my review. This is written by Sarah, who gave it a 1 out of 5. This wasn't it. I feel bad for not liking this book because the journey itself was very powerful, and I don't know what it was that made me not like it. I tried. I really tried. I would have DNF'd it at 30%, but I wanted to give this a true opportunity. I skimmed through a lot of this book and still it felt way too long. I saw the author's note. I know this is based off of someone's life, that there's a major reason I feel bad when it's not it, but it's not it. This had so much more potential and it failed to deliver. There were so many things I didn't like about this. Well, no, it's not that I didn't like them. The thing was that the way it was written and portrayed, it lacked something. I just can't put my finger on what it was. The book was so promising. The first interaction between Iris and August was so entertaining and I really liked it. But that was it. I couldn't connect with the characters all after that and throughout the book. And there wasn't a romance story. Their romance developed while she was being hurt. This was painful to read in the worst way. It was some of the most brutal stuff I have ever read. It was well written, that part. I'll give the author that. But yeah, I won't continue the series. P.S. There should have been bigger content warnings at the beginning. This book is brutal and it should be explicitly said. Thank you so much for listening and we will see you next time. Bye. Okay, hold on.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, gosh,
I agree.
dude.
We need to lay down.
I am.
I bet we look so fucking funny, just like cuddling up against each other.
It's funny because the angle of it, they can see our legs.
They probably can't see me. I'm too low.
I can get lower. Just like keep going. Okay.
What a crazy book we've read.
I know. Just as low as possible.
You're really low.
I know. That's so crazy. So let's go ahead and just start our other episode right now. Hello, welcome to the book.
Welcome to the Book Fakes podcast. We don't feel like starting a new one. It's too far away. So,
anyone read any crazy books recently?
Anybody want to recommend another sports romance?
Dude,
doesn't have to be basketball.
Wait, if we read another...
Thank you.
If we read another sports romance, thank you. What sport are we doing next?
Okay. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Let's see if we say the same one at the same time, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Football.
Soccer. Football American or football?
Americano. Football Americano.
Like touchdown?
Yeah, like hot. Like.
Why would you say that?
Like. Wait, hold on.
Your Mexicana card is gonna get revoked.
Hut. I couldn't think of another word.
What is it? It's
hike. Fourth down.
Huh? I literally can't think of anything right now. I don't know why. I would say football, but the other one.
What about competitive curling?
No.
You didn't even give it a chance.
What about tennis?
I just really think that we need to give a little more thought to competitive curling.
Why?
Have you seen curling?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Hold on. Don't pause the episode yet.
What's competitive curling?
Here we go.
Here I go. Teaching you something new today. Wait, is curling the one where it's like a disc and you just like, and they're like,
yes,
and they're just like,
sorry, that's an ad.
I have no,
they're not paying us.
but please feel free to.
We'll say what it is if they pay us.
What even?
Why can't I skip this ad?
What is the point of curling?
Look at it. Look at it. Just imagine that, and it's like, babe, you're my target. I want to broom into your heart.
What's up with the
Look at him.
brooming?
Look at him.
What's up with the What's up with the aggressive brooming?
Shit! Oh my god, that was a good play.
Everyone's out.
Everyone from the other team, they're yellow.
Wait, that's awesome.
So they just kicked out everyone. And then just imagine, okay, pause. Just imagine he looks up at the stage and he sees her. Her name's not Iris. Virus Dupree. They're sisters.
Okay.
You see it now?
I can kind of see it now. I think I'm kind of down.
Okay.
But not my first choice. I think my first choice would still be soccer.
That's nice. Okay, I guess we'll talk later.
What about volleyball?
I'm in. Did you hear about the change that they made in volleyball recently?
What?
Those bitches?
What?
Hold this. So they basically said that. Ow! Hold on, my neck.
We're way too comfortable right now.
They basically said.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to sleep.
I just pictured what the video probably looks like.
We should film the next episode.
Wait, can you say what they changed to volleyball before we?
You could now hit with two hands, but it doesn't mean that your fingers have to contact at the same time. So back then, if you did a double, you had to do it at the same time. Like both hands had to make contact.
Oh yeah.
But now it's like if one hand makes contact, you can literally like see the ball go up and then hit the ball with the other hand later. But it's like you just set yourself up. Like there's supposed to be another person to set you. But I guess that makes for a good romance. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep.
No, we still have another one to film. Please wake up.